the wiladat of Sayyidina Mawlana Shah Naqshband, Qaddasallahu Siru, the birthday of Mawlana Shah Naqshband, and we try our best in life to represent the Naqshbandiyat al-Aliyah Tariqah. And on his noble birthday, we entered into the masjid of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Qaddasallahu Siru. That is not a coincidence in life. Nothing in our life is a coincidence. Everything is under Allah's rahmah and immense mercy. Out of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Naqshbandiyat al-Aliyah is the only one from Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Qaddasallahu Siru. So that alhamdulillah, we feel so honored to be under that invitation that we are nothing. Ana abdukal ajisu da'ifo miskino zalim jahal. And but for the grace of Allah that He keeps me alive and granted for me to walk into masjid of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, built with that love and that ishq, to honor and celebrate the birthday of Mawlana Shah Naqshband with your community, with yourselves. And it's a great honor for us. Our life has been miraculous events, miraculous occasions. We just have to open our hearts and our vision to see them, to feel them, and to know there is no coincidence. Everything is planned by Allah. And we have to stop in our lives to feel the plan. And the tariqahs, I know that many people come to masjid and they say that, what are you people? We are Muslim people. So let us first make sure we understand that we're Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah. And Sharia, common people, is the foundation. And all of us must abide by Sharia. Don't listen to the people of fitna and the groups of fitna, they make a confusion. Our life is, foundation is Sharia. But that didn't mean that you achieved high levels. Sharia means that you accepted divine law in your life, and what we call natural law. You can't change which way the sun is going to rise, how the atoms are going to spin, nothing. Allah's divine governance is Sharia. When you accept it, you are somebody whom is accepting divine will. But there's more. Above Sharia is Tariqah. That you're taking a path towards knowing your Lord with all your senses. And that you want, Ya Rabbi, I want to achieve a higher station, higher realities. The laws of Tariqah, they abide by all of Sharia. Because people want to understand where we're different. We're not different. We actually go higher. We all have to make wudu. We all have to cover our heads. The Sharia. You can't do anything without that Sharia. Not one person of Naqshbandiyah can enter into here without wudu. But Tariqah comes and teaches higher. Why? Because its foundation are from awliya. And these awliya, they live their life in malakut, in the world of light. We live our life in the world of form and forget that we have a light reality. The light reality has a much higher understanding. When we follow these awliya, they come to lift us from the Sharia, now come towards the realities of Tariqah. So Sharia, everyone has to wash to come through this door. But the Tariqah, And the awliya come into our lives and teach us. But what did you wash for your soul? Everybody came, now hopefully they washed before they sat down. Your hands are clean, mashallah, feet are nice and fresh. You washed your face, cleaned your nose, washed your ears, hands, wet your hair. But Tariqah comes and said, how did you wash your soul? Did you come in here with a heart that has been washed or just body washed? So for us, the body is like a donkey. The fact that you washed your donkey doesn't mean you achieved much. Your donkey's clean. But what goes back to Allah? The donkey? Because you're going to have your final wash when they do the ghusl, when they do the janazah. But then what about the soul? What about the heart? Then awliya come into our life and say, you didn't really accomplish much. Don't think that you accepted Sharia and now all of the heavens is going to send you a reward. There's so much more. And what's more is tariqah realities. They come and teach you, Dhikrullahi tatmainu qulub. That what do you do to wash your heart? What do you do to wash your soul? If you washed your body and believed you got shaitan off your body, because we've sat with big ulama, we're nobody, we're like the donkey of these ulama. You washed everything great, but don't you believe the Quran tells us is shaitan inside of you? And when you washed outside, the shaitan is still inside. He didn't get scared of the water you put on the outside of your body. So that many people, they don't understand the shaitan is inside of them. When they come for salah, nothing happens. Because the shaitan inside is pushing everything down. They make dua, the dua, how is going to go up when shaitan is inside somebody? Dirtiness inside somebody, it doesn't go up and the dua stays. So all the amal is based on what? It's not finished. It's like kindergarten. But shaitan fools us to think, no, that's it. Don't listen to these people of marifah. You have everything. Absolutely have nothing. You wash the body, shaitan is inside. And the shaitan inside calls the shaitan outside. And that's why you can't relieve yourself of problems. Anger, all sorts of difficulties. I washed, Shaykh, I prayed, but shaitan not leaving. How he's going to leave when he's inside of you? The shaitan inside of you calls the shaitan outside of you. Hey, come, we're having a party here now. I'm going to open the door at 6 o'clock. Right? If you have somebody in your house and he keep inviting everybody you don't want in your home. That's tariqah. Awliya came into our lives and they told us. There's so much. Why are you telling me that zikr is innovation? Why are you telling me these ways of marifah is innovation? Why? Because you work for shaitan. And shaitan doesn't like these teachings. But if you accompany the people of Ar-Rahman, they tell you, no, dhikrullah is the most powerful weapon you have. If you washed your body, alhamdulillah, Sahabi Kiram, they washed with a cup of water. They didn't make shower every time they went in wudu station. Now you go to wudu, you come out completely wet to prove he's washed himself. They washed with less than a cup of water. It wasn't about the water, there's a secret. Because the might has power. A little bit of the water and the outside shaitans are gone. But the wudu inside was the zikr. What's Allah's zikr? From Quran. Inna Allahi wa malaikatuhu yusalluna ala nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's it. You want to do it, you don't want to do it, we don't care. Allah's dhikr is yusalluna ala nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inna Allahi. So what's Allah's dhikr? It's not Allah. Allah doesn't need to remember Allah. So what's the most powerful zikr that Allah has given as a weapon to believers? Salawat al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when you say Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you mentioned Allah. Allah first came in that salawat and Durood al-Sharif. This is a power. This is a weapon. When you weaponize your soul and give it power, you're a threat to Shaytan. And Shaytanic kingdom means your soul has power. You make Durood al-Sharif, this is wudu of the soul and of the heart. And you take your tasbih 100 times a day, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then the shaykhs begin to teach you, slow your life down. Why are you going so fast? Sit and make tafakkur and contemplation. As soon as you sit, close your eyes, visualize yourself at the Holy Kaaba. Make your Durood al-Sharif. This is the most important wudu that somebody can make. As soon as they begin to wash, they feel a heat in their bodies. They feel an agitation. The Imam, Shaykh, I don't know, as soon as I'm beginning the salawats, I'm getting angry. Yes, because when you have a squatter in your home, California now has a problem with squatters. They don't leave happily. Even the sheriff won't help you. Sharif. Where they got this sheriff from? Sharif. These are the noble from Ahlul Bayt. You have to call the Sharif, not Sheriff. As soon as you call the Sharif, what happens? They begin to teach you. Yes, fight those shaitans. Make your durood, make your salawat. You washed your body, sit and meditate, make your durood al-Sharif. Make your salawat, and you begin to feel the heat and the heart come alive by dhikrullah. As soon as the heart begins to come alive, you feel the activity of Shaytan inside, and that's a good sign. It means now you've come in to take the squatters, throw them out. Shaykh, I spent 10, 15, 20 years just washing outside, praying all my namaz, coming for fajr, doing all these things, but I never washed inside. And this is the most important washing. Most important. We're now in the time of Dajjal. Dajjal is upon this earth. And soon he's going to come and give his name and his identity. His Khalifas have already been appointed all over the world. Leaders appear out of nowhere, so we don't know, we didn't even vote for this guy. We don't know where he came from. And anything that Dajjal is going to propagate, he's going to say, we're all in common with La ilaha illallah. But we're not, and we have nothing to do with that. The key for the believer is what? We just described the power for the believer. The key that separates you from Dajjal is Muhammadun Rasulallah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If they come and tell you, come with us, we are from the people of La ilaha illallah, say you're a kazab and a liar, and I want nothing to do with you or what you think that is. I'm from the nation of Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is the key of belief. That's what separates us from all of this mushrikeen. They're not the same. There is no Abrahamic Accord and there is nothing of any similarity. They are mushrikeen. They're taking men and saying they are God. And if they haven't said it, they will say it. They're waiting for men and they will call those men God. But by then it's too late, people who followed. And the greatest gift that Allah has given to us is the love for Muhammadan Rasulullah. This is our key. And the tariqahs, they represent this ishq and love and muhabbat. They hold it and secure it. If the nation traded it and gave it away, the tariqahs hold the covenant and the honor. They safeguard that reality. Don't look to the east, because come to Ya Habibi, they sold the deen, they sold the religion. They have nothing to do with this religion, they sold it. So what Prophet ﷺ gave to us? In the last days, the sun would rise from the west. The sun in the way of Marifah is Ishaqiyun. Mashariq, Magharib. We don't have east and west. Either you're rising sun or you're setting sun. Maghrib, Magharib, what? The sun has set on them. And that's why you look at them and they left Islam, they sold Islam. They were hoping that they could just get rid of this whole understanding of Muhammadun Rasulullah and they could just blend in with everything else. Then what Allah gave us through this holy hadith as our responsibility. Prophet ﷺ told the companions, the sun will rise from the west. This is your amanat and your trust. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned you. Is there any more west than West Coast? Unless we take a boat and we go to the ocean more. Means that you've been mentioned by Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. That the shaqiyun and the ones in the deen that hold this secret of this deen and whom will be shining like stars, like suns of reality and light, they'll come from the west. Because the east closed the door. There's nothing coming from the east. The knowledges and realities must come from the west and shine upon the east and make them remember what they traded and gave away. What they sold, the west has bought to bring the deen of Islam and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. And they safeguard the deen and the key with the ishq and the muhabbat of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. This is the immense responsibility that Allah has given to us all. Because we're all in the West. This is your goal in life. Many people sit at home, I don't know what to do, what purpose in my life. You have an immense purpose. Prophet ﷺ mentioned you. Because you've been destined to be raised in the West. And Prophet ﷺ said that the sun would rise. Reality of awliya come and say the sun is the knowledges and realities. The ashiqeen and muhibbeen of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ would rise from the west, where it's now banned in the east. The beard is banned in the east. The sunnah is banned in the east. The turban is banned in the east. But we are Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah, not Ahl Fard. Ahl Sunnah means Allah gave us the responsibility, carry the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. This is your greatest honor. This is your greatest purpose in life. When you grow your beard, this is the Sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you have a ring, this is the Sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you have asa, this is the Sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah is not something you just say so that you can argue with somebody who's not that. It's not a noun, it's an action. What part of Ahl Sunnah are we if we don't carry the holy Sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and show our love, our ishq, our muhabbat, our good character? Especially now if we believe what the shaykhs are teaching, that this is the key. This is the key for akhlaq and good character. Why? Because Prophet's rahmah and mercy teaches people how to be loving, how to be respectful, how to be correct and how to be positive. And as a result, this noble sunnah begins to dress the servant, bless the servant. And they sit and begin to do their zikrs, they do their salawat, they do their awrads and etiquettes. As they wash their physicality, they know that washing inside is far more important, far more powerful. Wash just a little bit very quick on the outside. Sayyidina Ibn Arabi Qaddasallahu said, wash like a madman. Just get out of the bathroom, there's no business in there spending so much time. But come out and sit on your zikr and wash the inside. Sit down, make your connection, connecting your heart, making your zikr, making your salawat, so that you can feel that light, feel that love, and that Allah begin to put within the heart of the servant a nur. That nur is the light of faith. That light of faith is the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. What did Prophet say to Sayyidina Umar al-Faruq? That what was faith? Ya Umar, you have to love me more than you love yourself. How can we love someone more than we love ourselves if we're filled with ourselves? So that durood, that salawat, that ishq fills us with the muhabbat and the ishq of good character, and our heart becomes filled with the lights of Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that the self goes away, and that ana abduk al-aji, so da'if o miskeen o zalim o jahal, I'm nothing. But Ya Rabbi, fill me with this light and beatific light of Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that becomes Nurul Iman. It's an event. It's not somebody telling you, brother, you have Iman. It's not that. Iman is an event. You will know when Allah gives you Iman, because you will witness in your heart a light entering. And Allah will make sure that you witness that light. And as a result, you become from Ahlul Iman, on your way to Maqam al-Ihsan. And these are the people whom they close their eyes often, they make their tafakkur, they make their contemplation, and they build the spiritual lights within their realities. We pray that Allah grant us a deeper understanding, and that's who we represent. For people who are wondering, who are you? What did you want here today? Was to spread this love, that the Tariqah is above Sharia, that is come to teach you, and from the Sharia we go now into Marifah, and in Marifah up to Haqiqah, and from Haqiqah to Azimah, which the Himmat al-Rijal, they can move a mountain with the amount of faith they have. So standing at the base is not the achievement, but to go deeper into the reality is why Allah gave us this existence on this earth. So we are here today to represent that love, and in our life to try our best to represent the love and the ishq of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through the teachings of Naqshbandiyyat al-Aliyah, Qaddasallahu sirruhu, to these awliyaullah and Mawlana Shah Naqshband. And we pray for their madad, their support, and that Allah be pleased with us and give our hearts a deeper understanding, inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammadan Mustafa wa basir Surat al-Fatiha. Shabbat ya Rasul Kareem. Inshallah, the most important worshipness out of ishq and muhabba means the fard is the salah, but the servant who enters into acts of worshipness that are based on love. The most powerful act of love, dhikrullah. Majlis Sali ala Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Why? So why are you guys sitting and reciting? Well, it's time for salah. Because as soon as you sit to remember and to make zikr, to make salawat upon Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what happens? The one whom has the best and most beatific character means that the presence of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam becomes present to give you back your greetings. So when beatific birds of paradise gather to praise upon the most beloved in all of creation, the one whom has the most beatific character, khuluq, means the ruhaniyat of Prophet ﷺ must be present in those majlis to give back the greeting to people. And that's why it's powerful. Your salah doesn't guarantee that. Allah didn't say that as soon as you pray we're going to be right there and take away all your difficulty. That you do because it's mandatory. But where you get your reward is when you do something out of love. As soon as you sit in the majlis with sincerity, Ruhanat al-Nabi becomes present. The nazar of Prophet upon the souls of people immediately wash all their souls of every difficulty and every sin. What stands in the presence of that light? How much that dress and the blessing of the soul of Prophet to dress upon people. That's why the majlis of this love and this ishq is so powerful. Something that people can't understand, but now science understands. They say raise your vibration. So why you listen to bad music? Why? Because it sounds good. No, it's because the devil wants to bring you down. When he brings your vibration down, he can enter in. But what Allah qul ja'al haq, tell them that when the truth comes, it will crush falsehood. So when you vibrate at a truthful frequency with your durood, your salawat, your dhikr, it's the angelic light that immediately begin to crush all of the falsehood of shaitan. So you play salawats in your home, get the CDs, get whatever ability you can, and you play the durood, the salawat, all of these praisings to clean the home from energies, from the television and the radio stations and the music that the children are listening to. You clean it with durood al-sharif because of the angelic light and the angelic powers. Inshallah we'll do some of our, page 19 from our salawat book. Anybody downloaded our app? App has over 50,000 users worldwide. You go into the app section for the durood and the salawat book, on the Arabic salawat book, page 19 inshallah. We'll do a couple of the Arabic and then our Urdu. I don't know if the Afghanis understand Urdu? Abdullah will recite some Afghani Urdu. He's been practicing. Inshallah, bismillah, let's try.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, Please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.